Don's got the camera on, be careful. There it goes. There we go.
I'm going to call the September 22nd council meeting to order. If everybody could please stand, we're going to start the invocation. Pastor Helene Walker from the Realist Ministries and so located at Blessed Hope Church.
Father God, we come thanking you. You are awesome. You're awesome, mighty God. We thank you for this wonderful council that leads this great city. We ask that you give us your wisdom and your power. We are praying over the council, the mayor, the officers that are here, and all the people that are here for this meeting. Let it be conducted decent and in order. Let us have unity and peace for the betterment of the people of this city. We pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Continue standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please have a seat. Clerk, can you call the roll?
Certainly. Councilpersons Bear?
Here.
Dupre? Here. Nichols?
Here.
Ross? Here. Salcido? Here. Zor?
Here.
And Mayor Tobin.
Here.
Thank you.
I'm going to start with my remarks. First off, we have some guests in the audience tonight that I can say are some very good friends of mine, and they are also the winner of the Thursday night concert series. So if Category 5 would please come up. Category 5, during their performance this year, raised a total of $756.05.
Woo!
During the concert series this year,
Good job, guys.
$5,394.19 in the, well, we refer to it as the black box, but it's now orange and blue. So I'm going to come around and give this to you.
Get out your way.
Someone can take a picture.
Is for your instruments at all?
Susie? Sue's taking pictures of that guy.
Well, get them started.
Don't get them started, we'll get them.
It's been around for a very long time, and they've been very good friends of mine, so I'm going to hand this to you.
My band raised about $3 and
Take a picture, and just know they're one of the best group of gentlemen downriver, and they are, in my opinion, one of the best bands, if not the best band downriver. So let's hear it for Jennifer.
all my people watch me
Hi,
run Social
George.
Security. That's what
Nice to see you too.
you know, George is like 86. He used to work in Las Vegas with Frank Sinatra, and he's an old guy.
So happy for you.
And he was on American Base.
Thank
See
you.
you all very soon.
Now works with your husband.
And moving on, we've got a few.
It's nice that
Yes, they will.
Until you get seated and then say.
Category 5 will be kicking off next season's Thursday night concert series, the first concert of the year. I believe it's June 4th, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see them then. My remarks I will keep short tonight. We've had a very interesting last couple of weeks. This past Saturday was a very special night for the city of Lincoln Park. We had our Centennial Gala, which was just fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Many dignitaries were there from Wayne County. Senator Sri Thanadar was there. State Representative Liberati was there. Wayne County Commissioner was there. Debbie Dingle came back and visited us, which was a great honor. Rose Clementi, who turned 100 this year, was there. We had almost 240 guests attend the gala, and it was just a wonderful night, and I am blessed and thankful for everybody that attended and made our 100th centennial wonderful. So that's all I'm going to say with my remarks tonight, and we'll move on. We're going to start the public hearing. If my thing will work
Andy up to
here.
the podium.
It's Caper first.
Got to call to order.
Katie first.
Oh, Caper first?
Capers first.
Monique.
So I'm going to call the public hearing to order. I'm going to introduce our CBD Director, Monique Guerrero, and she will open this up for us.
Hello, everyone, Mayor and Council, residents. I'm actually joined by Joan Hennessy, President of Hennessy Engineers. Many of you may be aware that she provides a wealth of knowledge and is an amazing resource to the department. I am actually going to kind of work in conjunction with her this evening. She will facilitate much of the report that we're going to look at, as she's done in the past with Doreen. So being the first of its kind for myself, I will scoot aside and we will both speak to you all. Thank you.
Hello, and thank you for having me here. I'm Joan Hennessy from Hennessy Engineers, and through the CDBG program, there are several reporting programs that happen. In number one, I just want to give an overview so everybody understands that the first one is a consolidated plan, which is kind of your 5-year plan of what you're going to spend on every year. Then after that, you do an annual action plan. After the action plan, then we have the CAPER, which is the Consolidated Annual Performance and Evaluation Report. The CAPER, which we're talking about now, it talks about the previous year and where you spent the money. We had an annual action plan for 24 to 25, which put out our goals, and the CAPER results in how we hit our goals. And of course, as always, Lincoln Park did very well. This year we received $774,739 from our allocation. We received an additional $133,638 in program income for a total of $908,000. We spent approximately $1.2 million because we do have money from previous years. The highlights of our accomplishments are we had homes rehabilitated, we had housing stock improvement, we rehabbed a vacant home, we have public infrastructure improvements made, including the current parking lot projects. Residents benefited from public service program, expending approximately $180,000 on nonprofit and community policing and crime awareness. Blighted properties were demolished, improving neighborhood safety, and administrating and planning funds were used to ensure the compliance with HUD. The main part of this part is the citizens' participation. The CAPER is going to be available to review online through October 7th until we submit it into HUD. All comments that we receive will be included in the CAPER. So at this time, if there's any public comments or questions, I'd be open to discuss them.
Any public comments at this time? There's no public comments?
Any council questions?
Any discussion from the council? This time then, I will adjourn the public hearing at 7:08 p.m.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Monique and Joan Hennessy. Thank you both. At this time, at 7:08, I'll reconvene the council meeting. No?
Second public hearing. for
The second
dangerous
public hearing.
buildings.
I'm sorry. Go into the public hearing on dangerous buildings.
Andy Miller. Andrew Miller's here.
I'll call the dangerous public hearing meeting to order. And Andy Miller.
Fix or repair and demolish for 1553.
Okay.
1227 is.
Discussion regarding dangerous buildings at 12274 Park. Andy
Mayor, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
We're going to ask the building superintendent to present basic reasons which are evidenced in the resolution as to why you should affirm the decision of the Dangerous Buildings Board, which was held on August, go ahead.
Let's see, it was August,
May
May 22nd.
22nd.
For
I'm
these
sorry.
two.
It's been some time here, but they ran the 90 days out.
Correct.
This is May 22nd, 2025 decision. Sir, please present in brief your findings, your recommendations.
For 1227 Fort Park, the front porch is falling apart, but their porch was falling apart as well. The roof and as well as the accessory structure of the garage was leaning and crumbling. I will say at this time, 1227 has taken the garage down, has pulled a permit for the fence. They do not have a permit for the porch, but they are in process of repairing it. So as of right now, we would be just enforcing tickets if they do not get the rest of the roof taken care of.
So you're not asking for any demolition or just fix or repair?
Correct, fix or
And how much
repair.
time do you want council to give them to fix it, because it's still building season?
30 days.
All right, so it would be a 30-day order. And if you have any questions, first of the building superintendent, please proceed, then mayor and council, the homeowner, if they're present, the landowner has an opportunity to also present their case. So he's asking for a 30-day order to fix the roof and the porch.
Through the chair.
Any questions?
Andy, do they think they're able to do that in that amount of time?
I would think so. I mean, nobody's contacted me. I've
Okay.
left
Thank you.
messages for them, so.
Is there any public comment on this?
If there's no one here from the property or no one else to address the council, we'd ask you to move to the next property, Your Honor.
Discussion regarding dangerous building at 1553 Pingree. Andy, go ahead.
Council members, the property at 1553 has been on the dangerous building list for quite a few years. The inside has fallen apart, as we demonstrated in the dangerous building board when we were there on May 22nd. They've been collecting exterior debris. It's been just turning into another blight situation. The roof is caving in certain areas, the ceiling's caving in, the water's off, the electricity utility's off, cats are in there. We did post the building, and they have retained possession of it over the last couple of weeks, so we are asking for an order to demolish.
Mayor, may I ask a couple of questions before council questions? Can the building be saved or rehabilitated or salvaged?
At the moment, no, because of the extensive damage from cats and everything else.
It's your opinion it's beyond the repair criteria in the ordinance?
Correct.
Cats aren't registered to vote?
No.
All right, Your Honor, we'd ask council to affirm the decision, and you'd ask for an immediate order of demolition.
Yes, we'd look for immediate demolition if possible.
Did you identify or notify the registered record
Yes, we did.
property owners?
Yep. I
Thank
have proof of that. It's in the BSNA system also.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, if you have any questions for...
Is there any public comments on this property? Is the owner in attendance?
How about, you guys got any questions? No.
Any discussion from the
Any cat lovers?
council?
To the chair. Andy, were all the homeowners notified by mail or anything that said that you were going to be here tonight?
Yeah, we posted notice on the home as well as we've mailed them out to Mr. Parsons, the person that owns it. I know the taxes have been paid, but nothing has been done, no water and electricity, no maintenance, no upkeep. Trash just keeps accumulating on as well. So,
I just wanted to make sure we covered all the bases.
yes, sir.
With that being said, I will move to adjourn this part, it's dangerous building, at 7:13.
Now you can reconvene the regular meeting.
What? Reconvene the regular council meeting at 7:13. We'll move on to the consent agenda. Resolved that the following items listed under the consent agenda be approved as presented to the mayor and council. A, approved minutes of regular meeting, September 8th, 2025. B, approved council and claims payable. C, approved renewal auto used dealer, 1771 Dix. D, attend training, FD.
Move.
Support.
Okay.
Councilpersons Nichols?
Yes.
Dupre?
Yes.
Ross? Yes. Salcido?
Yes.
Zor?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
And Mayor Tobin.
Yes.
Thank you.
Moving on, approved liquor license. You gonna read this, Carrie?
I can. Yep.
So the purpose of this resolution is to approve a request for a Class C liquor license at 1208 Fort Street, which is La Bamba Supermarket. The application meets all the requirements of our licensing criteria, and it has the approval of the police chief and the building official, and they are not delinquent on any water or tax bills. They've submitted all the necessary documents, and I believe this should be approved.
Okay, I'll read the resolution.
Okay?
Resolved that the mayor and council authorize the request from La Bamba Supermarket Incorporated located at 1208 4th Street, Lincoln Park, Michigan, to purchase above all others a new Class C liquor license from the city of Lincoln Park. Be it further resolved that this is in the consensus of this body, that this application be considered for approval by the Michigan Liquor Control Commission.
I'll move.
Support.
Any discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Councilpersons Ross?
Yes.
Nichols?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
Dupre?
Yes.
Salcido?
Yes.
Zor?
Yes.
And Mayor Tobin?
Yes.
Thank you.
Move on to approve the demo of 1227 Fort Street.
Actually, we're going to give them a 30-day continuance on this one.
Right.
Okay, so we're going to just hold this resolution for 30 days.
Moving on, approve the demo of 1553 Pingree.
Okay, want me to read it? I can.
Okay.
Whereas the Dangerous Building and Code Appeals Board issued an order to demolish the structure located at 1553 Pingree, said order being issued subsequent to a hearing of the facts pertaining to this matter and identified as DBB number 2025-02, which was held on May 22nd, 2025, in accordance with Section 1444.04 of the Codified Ordinances of the City of Lincoln Park. And whereas the Dangerous Building and Code Appeals Board has filed a report of its findings and a copy of its order with this council and with each party having a recorded interest in the subject property, and whereas the City Council has established the date of September 22nd, 2025, the date for a hearing to review the findings and order of said board, the owner or party of interest having been given the opportunity to show cause why said structure should not be demolished, and the council having duly held such hearing. Now therefore be it resolved that said order of the Dangerous Building and Code Appeals Board to demolish and remove the structure, primary house only, located at 1553 Pingree, is hereby approved by the council of the city of Lincoln Park. And be it further resolved that the Director of Public Works is hereby directed to comply with the order of the board as approved by the council after 20 days from the date of this resolution. And be it further resolved that the Director of Public Works shall determine the date of demolition and shall notify each party of interest as required by Section 1444.10 of the Codified Ordinances. And be it further resolved that the cost of the demolition shall be assessed against the real property on which said structure is located. Such cost shall be reported to the city assessor, who shall place said lien.
I'll move. Support.
Any discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Councilpersons Ross?
Yes.
Dupre?
Yes.
Nichols?
Yes.
Salcido?
Yes.
Zor?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
And Mayor Tobin?
Yes. Okay, moving on, we're going to approve the signage for the Annabelle Shelter Project.
So the City of Lincoln Park DPS received a quote from Michigan Custom Signs for the animal shelter signage. It does include the new construction of the foundation with a brick base and the installation of a new sign cabinet. The total cost for the foundation stone base and installation is $8,714.92. The total cost of this project was just stated, and it is funded from the capital improvement account, and the money was budgeted in this current fiscal year. So it is recommended that the mayor and council adopt the proposed resolution.
Be it resolved that the mayor and council approve to award the bid project and award the animal shelter signage project to MI Custom Signs. The total cost of the project is not to exceed $8,714.92 and will be funded by the capital improvement account number to be determined.
Move. Support.
Any discussion?
To the chair.
Yes.
Where is that sign going to be located?
It's going to be right outside the animal shelter on the side street there.
Okay.
Any further discussion?
Russell, Lejeune.
Clerk, call the roll.
Councilpersons Nichols?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
Dupre?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Salcido?
Yes.
Zor?
Yes.
And Mayor Tobin?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to table.
No. Remove a resolution from.
Remove the resolution number 2025-221 regarding renewal of the UADL at 881 Southfield Road be removed from the table.
I'll move.
Support.
Councilpersons Ross? Yes. Nichols?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
Dupre?
Yes.
Salcido?
Yes.
Zor?
Yes.
And Mayor Tobin.
Yes. Approve new UAD 881 Southfield. Resolved that the renewal of the annual 2025 used vehicle dealer license be approved for the following locations: City Motorworks, 881 Southfield, Class B and C.
I'll move.
Support.
Discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
To the chair. You have it as just Class B. You mentioned Class B and C.
It is Class B and Class C.
It's Class B and C.
Okay.
Any further discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Councilpersons Ross?
Yes.
Nichols?
Yep.
Bear?
Yes.
Dupre?
Yes.
Salcido?
Yes.
Zor?
Yes.
And Mayor Tobin.
Yes.
Thank you.
Next, we're moving on. Waive bid, police PD vehicle. Chief?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. The Police Department is requesting Mayor and Council waive the formal bidding process and authorize the lease of a new vehicle. The vehicle will be leased, will be a 2026 Dodge Durango. The vehicle will be replacing a vehicle that has been decommissioned. The vehicle will be leased from Enterprise Fleet Management, who we have been working with and outfitted by Canfield Equipment Services. Enterprise participates in the state bidding prices. The cost of the Durango is $63,846.12, which includes $21,074.04 for upfitting by Canfield. The funds will come from vehicle lease payments, account 661-932-947. It is recommended that Mayor and Council pass this resolution.
Whereas Lincoln Park Police Department is requesting to lease one 2026 Dodge Durango, be it resolved, the mayor and council authorize the police department to waive the bidding process and purchase a 2026 Dodge Durango for a total cost of $63,846.12, which includes the cost for upfitting from Enterprise Fleet Management, a qualifying state bid participant. Be it further resolved, funds for the purchase of the 2026 Dodge Durango to come from the vehicle lease payment account number 661-932-947.
Move. Support.
Discussion?
To the Chief, can I ask why the Durango when we have mostly Explorers?
We have different types of Explorers, different motors in them. Looking at a Durango, for one, price-wise, it was cheaper, and just to compare with other vehicles
Okay.
that we have.
Thank you, sir.
Any further discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Councilperson Nichols?
Yes.
Dupre?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
Ross? Yes. Salcido?
Yes.
Zor?
Yes.
And Mayor Tobin.
Yes.
Thank you.
We'll move on to the city manager report.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll keep it short tonight. I just wanted to talk a little bit about Pagel Street. We did the demonstration last week by Hutch Paving, so those of you that have not had an opportunity to see it yet, I did get the pictures this evening, so I'll forward those to all of you in the morning. It is very nice to see the before and after to see how bad the area was. So we'll be working with Hennessy over the next few weeks to try and come up with some proposed areas, and that'll come back to council. We just have to make sure that, since they're working on the phaser study right now, we need to make sure that we're not looking at streets that'll be replaced in the very near future, because that would be a waste of the resource. And then it does not replace, so some of the areas that we can focus on are areas where we've cold patched over several times, but it does have to be at least a 9-foot area. So it's not going to replace the need for cold patch and perma patching. So just want to make sure that that's, would be nice if it would, but so far it looks like a very nice product. It does last about 3 to 5 years, so I'll have more on that at a future meeting. And that is all I have.
Thank you. Any questions for the city manager? Okay, then we'll move on to the department head report. Tonight is the building official. Andy?
Good evening, Mayor, council members, residents, fellow staff. The building department has been working on improving customer interactions and cleaning up old reports over the last few months. We've decreased over 400 open progress checks as well as old permits. There's probably about 100 to 150 that we've cleaned up out of the system. These take time and management out of our crew trying to go back and figure out where they are, so I'm trying to get them cleaned up as we go. Let's see, we focus on 30 to 50 web requests daily, and that keeps our permit techs extremely busy. We not only handle that, but we handle the plumbing, mechanical, electrical, as well as dealing with some of the stuff with right-of-ways and items like that. We also enforce blight, garbage, grass violations, as well as Department of Health and Human Services needs, which we've been getting a lot more lately in the last month. I've gotten 3. Usually I don't get any. The rental program, which is ran by Ron and Connie, has been updating old reports, getting in touch with old renters or rental owners that haven't been in contact, basically trying to get compliance to save the city as well as the residents' time and money. Code enforcement, that was ran by Denise. They've been very busy with more calls outside of grass violations. We've increased our violations enforcement as to more homes than we have grass to try and clean up the city. Dan and Dave have been working hard to work with residents, especially some of our unwealthier residents or seniors, to try and work with them and give them more time to get items fixed, especially around the house, as well as some of us have been caught going out and doing things for some of our residents that we normally wouldn't do. The building department has been instrumental in getting Sear site going. I mean, we're four pads are cleared. They're in the process of getting Chick-fil-A, all the underground, the cement. I would imagine we'd be having a grand opening here probably another 3 months maybe. We've also been in touch with the Big Boy owner trying to figure out if there's anything they'd like to do on that side now that we got something going. The possibility of demoing that building is in the works, as well as maybe some other infrastructure that might be coming. My name is Andy. Like I said, my office is open, any open door policy. If you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them.
Andy,
Yes, sir?
what is your record retention process?
Record retention process?
Is it all on computer? Is it?
It's all through BSNA pretty much right now. We are doing some hard records, that come in, we've been putting them in files so that we keep them, but mostly everything goes into BSNA, and we haven't done the cloud yet, which is an option, but as of right now, it's pretty much the BSNA handles most of our record retention.
To the court, you can pull up a file.
I can pull up anything off of BSNA, print it, and provide it, so if you need something, by all means, let me know.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
To the chair.
Yes.
Andy, when it comes to approving site plans and permit, do you do it with the fire department inspections in mind and what they're expecting? And do you generally have a smooth transition between when the business owner, complete what you approved, then the fire department inspector comes in? Do they typically not have problems? Is there not a disconnect between what they're hearing from our building department and the fire department inspection? Or inspectors, I should say.
Sometimes when we get confused on, so let me explain, when we do a C of O, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
So a C of O inspection, sometimes if it's just a building that's basically, it's a white box, they're not changing anything such as insurance to insurance, we won't waste the time to basically make the electrical and plumbing mechanical inspector go out. So that does get confusing because most people are told you need your inspections done by the trades first, then fire, then the building department, and that sometimes messes it up. But we try and keep it consistent. We include the fire department as much as we can. We stay in touch with them every step of the way if we can, as well as any of the police items that we might need. So there may be a few disconnects off, but I think a lot of it's been from transitioning with me coming in to new staff. So we're trying to work it all out.
Because I know that's important to keep our reputation of being business friendly, that's all.
We're trying to bring...
And doing it safely, which is where fire and police come in.
Well, we walk that line very thin with a lot of business owners because they forget that life safety is the most important thing, and they think that we're trying to hurt them or take their business, and it's not. We just want everybody to be safe and be able to function, and we really do want to see businesses succeed.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Through the chair, if I may. Andy, what happens if a business does get their site plan approved, and let's say it's a reconstruct, the building goes through, the site plans are approved, the building gets put up, and then the fire department goes in and they find a bunch of stuff wrong that's pretty costly. Who is responsible for that cost? Is it,
The business owner.
so you can go through everything properly,
Everything,
the plans are approved by your department,
yep.
they put the building up, something's wrong on the plans that were approved by the building department, and the residents of the building are still responsible for that.
Yes, sir. If it's a life safety item, it is subject to field inspection. So at any time, if fire department walks in there and doesn't see something on paper, I'm sorry, they have authority having jurisdiction, and they would be more than in their, position to call it out and have the homeowner or business owner pay for it.
So what I'm saying is, though, if say it was already approved on site plans from your department,
Correct.
the contractor went off these site plans that were approved,
Correct.
and they get out there and something's wrong, like, it's a lot of money if someone starts building a building and all of a sudden they get out there and like, oh, by the way, this needs to be changed and this needs to be changed, it's going to be another 30, 40,000. Like, I think there just needs to be a better situation where it's like, okay, I approved it, maybe it needs to, just a quick look over by 2 or 3, other people, just to make sure that we're not having people out here spending $30, $40, $50, $60,000 to renovate something, and they got to put another 30, 40 into it because the site plan was approved, and then they get there and it's like, oh, we got to fix this, this, and this. Because I can tell
Do
you.
you have a specific site in mind? I mean, I'm just asking so I know, that way I can help you.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
But the basic principle is that someone basically had to do some extra work after they were approved?
Yes.
So that comes back to the subject of field inspection. Like I said, we can't catch everything on paper because it's hard to, nothing's drawn perfect on paper.
Right.
And your interpretation versus my interpretation versus the chief's interpretation could be completely different than what he reads. That's what the building code's there. That's why it's got all kinds of helpful instructions as well as the fire code. But it is subject to field inspection, so at the end of the day, once we're out there, that's when we get to see it and we can make calls. Now, I understand what you're saying. It's not fair to make someone do a $30,000 upgrade, but if it's a life safety item, I'm not going to sleep well at night knowing that I didn't let it go, and I know the fire department's not going to feel safe letting something like that go, especially with, I don't know, like a hospital or something.
Right.
So...
Just, that's the problem. If someone gets approved, I mean, we'd all agree if we purchased a building, we got it approved, we did it as it was approved, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, by the way, yeah, let's go more. That's all I got to say.
I've done some work. I've had businesses myself where I've had inspectors come out and force me to do something that wasn't in the plans. I completely understand where you're coming from, and we try to mitigate that down to the review when we do it. But I will, yes,
If I
ma'am.
can, real quick, the fire department's involved in the initial review often as well, right? So some of those items,
Yes, but I don't know, in the past, since I got here, between Carson and John Myers, I don't know if something got, they didn't get what they were supposed to get. I just can't speak for the
yeah, I was
past.
just
But
going to say,
I
I know that
understand.
they do have some involvement in the initial phases as well before it gets,
Because planning also, our planning department, if it's something that goes through planning, they'll involve the chief right from the get-go, because we do not want to see issues come up down the road. That's definitely not what we want.
To the chair. On the planning commission, we always have the referrals that the police chief and the
Yes.
fire chief have already put to pass.
Yeah, we usually have those written on the plans or in the system that they're sent over, and we track that, so.
Anybody have anything else? No? Thank you, Andy.
You're welcome. Thanks.
We're going to move on to citizen communication. Is there anybody that'd like to address this body? Come on up. State your name, please. Yep.
Good evening, council. My name is Jacob Parker, longtime resident, first time here. Excited. I am here today. It looks like the Department of Public Service was near my property doing some work. I have a letter dated January 24th. Just to give you the cliff notes of it, they cameraed the sewer line and determined it needed to be replaced. They had to tear out a bunch of fence. And where are we at right here? Items within this easement must be removed to allow access to the city's sanitary sewer line. Completely understand. Thank you for getting that fixed. The fencing and grass that the city contractors removed will be restored at no cost to the property owner. Any other permanent structures removed will not be replaced by the city. This is dated January 24th. I've called a dozen times, left voicemails. I haven't heard anything back. We're at like 8 months. It's about 30 to 40 feet of fence. I have some pictures. I wasn't sure how many of you folks there are, but this is the back corner, so it's like 4 properties affected. Can I run some of these up there for you guys, or?
Sure.
Some pictures. This is just, sorry, we might run out by the time I get there, sorry.
You're
So,
okay, all right.
Go, I got one more.
We'll squeeze him, Derek.
So, Andy, I think that's his name, he's been up here a lot, and it sounds like it might fall under something he's familiar with. I think you said you were new to the position, or, so, I was like, this is starting to make sense. But, I got a little dog, a 7-year-old and a 1-year-old. Neighbor next to me has a pretty big dog. We've had some, you know, not really interactions per se, but, you know, they're dogs, they bark at each other along the fence line, run back and forth, and then when they get so far back, they realize there's no fence there. You guys did put up a temporary, you know, one of the Lincoln Park Days, orange deals. I did my best to secure it up. I get it January, who wants to put a fence up? You know, I figure it's city, few months, you know, summertime, backlog, but we're almost into the frost again, and I haven't heard anything back, so I would really like to at least get a timeline on this or something, because I can't let my kids play in the yard by themselves.
Our DPS director, John Kazoo, is here, and he will speak with you after the meeting and explain to you the process and why it's taking so long to do this. The ground needs to settle before they can do this, once they dig that up. But he can work with you and tell you and make a plan with you. Your time is up, but just get with John Kazoo right here in the front row after the meeting, and he will help you get this resolved.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else like to address us?
Give me.
Good evening, everyone.
State your name, please.
My name is Kim Martin. This is Teresa Lipinski. We are the Rally in the Park event coordinators. And we'd like to start out by thanking everyone who attended Rally in the Park. This event was so much more than we ever imagined it could be. From the moment we opened the park, it was nonstop foot traffic throughout the entire day. The support of the Lincoln Park residents, city council members, and the downriver communities, it was truly amazing. The estimate of our attendance was well over 1,000 people. It was so nice to see so many friends and families who came together to have fun and enjoy this event. All day long, and even well after it ended, people couldn't stop talking about how amazing the event was. So many people were asking if we could make this annual event, and we would definitely love to do that. Thank you again to all the vendors, sponsors, and the community for standing behind us with this event and helping us create something truly special for our city. This event would not have been possible without your support. Because of you, Rally in the Park wasn't just possible, it was unforgettable. We look forward to building on the success and making Rally in the Park an annual tradition that will continue to grow bigger and better every year. And now for the best part. On behalf of Rally in the Park and the generosity of our vendors, sponsors, and community, we are proud to present a check in the amount of $5,900 to the Parks and Recreation Department. Wow. These proceeds from the Rally in the Park will go toward the improvements for our city parks. We hope you will consider supporting Rally in the Park 2026. Thank you.
If I had my mother's camera, I'd have a flash cube.
Good job, Kimmy and Teresa. Good job.
Mayor wants you to have 2 of them next year.
Hey, we were asked.
Yes.
Next year, our hope is to raise enough money for the fire department.
Hey!
To. For a safety town. They want to build a safety town, so we'd like to try and raise funds for that. I'd like to say a special thank you to the Marine Corps who did our beer and cocktail tent. They were awesome. Thank you.
Anybody else like to address this body? If not, we're going to move on to oral reports of the mayor and council. President Salcido.
Yes, I'll kind of make it brief. Although this event hasn't been approved by council, there was a Park and Recreation meeting last week. And as you know, the Motor City Muskies are coming to town down here at our community center. So we're going to have a Muskie Fest on October 25th. Like I said, this hasn't been approved yet, but they're going to have food, drink sales, music, games, and player meet and greets. So this event will be held on the south of the building by the old pool area. And one other item that the Park Recreations brought up was, let me get this right, Nightmare on Ford Street on October 18th from 1 to 4 at the band shell. I'm sure there'll be more information coming up. Rally in the park. Yes, I was there. I knew a couple of band members. It was beautiful weather. It was a nice day. The 100-year celebration here at the band shell the other day, wow. Growing up in Lincoln Park, playing there as a kid, the band shell never looked better, let me tell you. So Maureen and all the people that put this together, it was wonderful. So I hope to be around in 100 years to go to the next one. So that's all I have, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Lillian?
Thank you, Your Honor. My thanks to Kim Martin and Teresa Lipinski as well, and our Parks and Rec Department. That was a beautiful event, and I'm looking forward to next year. I want to thank Hutch Paving for allowing us to view their little demonstration there on Pale Street. I don't think that a video would even do that justice. Just seeing the before and after in just a short amount of time is very impressive. I think it's definitely something to pursue. The next Wayne County Household Hazardous Waste Collection is Saturday, October the 11th at Wayne County Community College, the Downriver campus in Taylor, and it will run from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. And I have something a little different for you. This is also from Wayne County, and it may not apply to you, but maybe you can take the information and give it to someone else. But Wayne County has classes if you are planning to open a restaurant or need assistance in bringing your current establishment up to code or starting a new establishment. They say that their experts are there to help you get started, and they have fall sessions, and I'll give you those dates. It says, learn what's required to open a new restaurant or to make modifications to an existing one, and all their sessions are free. So they have sessions Monday, September the 29th at 10 a.m., Tuesday, October the 21st at 2 p.m., and then Wednesday, November the 11th at 2 p.m. It sounds like really good information. This flyer, I know, is on our website, right, Lisa, or our Facebook? Probably on both. So if you know someone who could benefit from this information, please pass that along to them. And that is all I have, Your Honor. Thank you.
Tracy?
As always, thank you to the first responders, DPS. You guys keep us safe and moving. We appreciate you. being a minister for over 35 years, I understand how schedules can really get busy with commitments and stuff. I would like to personally thank our citywide ministry for taking the time to deliver our invocations each meeting. It's very pleasant and appreciated to have our meetings blessed. Thank you, Kim and Teresa. Good job. I knew when you approached me originally that it was going to be exciting, and I'm glad that it had turned out so well. And with that, I'll say good night and God bless.
Yes, I also echo many of the same thoughts in Rail in the Park and the 100-Year Gala. They were both pretty spectacular events on back-to-back weekends, and a whole lot of work went into both of those events. But when I was at the 100-Year Gala, in conversation with our county commission, Cara Clemente, she did bring up there is a recent scam of people trying to steal deeds right out from the noses of the owners. And she said Wayne County Register of Deeds, they do have a program that if you call the Register of Deeds and provide them with documentation that you do own the house that you own, they will add you to a notification list if somebody makes an inquiry into your deed that does not match the name that they have on file, to help you circumvent that. Kara has had situations where she did have one gentleman that was knocking on doors that had from no department and was looking for houses that might be susceptible to this. So I just wanted to put that out there, and it's free. All you have to do is make the call to the Wayne County Register of Deeds, and you can go through that process. And thank you.
Yeah, add something to that. The assessor's office has the information on that program on their counter in City Hall. It's been there for quite a while. It's really not a new scam. It's just resurfacing again. So that information is available on the counter at the assessor's office.
Thank you.
A few awards. The Public Safety Commission today, civilian citation for providing CPR to a resident in need of presented. Dawn Bryson, a letter of commendation. Also, a letter of commendation to Officer Kranek and Officer Ladis for their efforts in providing CPR to a resident. Congratulations to Officer Noah Anderson for completing 3 years of service. Officer Eric Lohengruber and Officer Amber Wilson on 2 years of service. Officer Thomas Mandernack on 7 years of service. Sergeant Richard Walther on 18 years of service. And Deputy Chief Coulter for 25 years of service. Upcoming events is November 8th, X-Golf in Woodhaven, with all funds going to the police department shop with a cop program. There will be a morning and afternoon flight. Contact Sergeant Nicholas to get signed up. When on the fire department side, we have, we would like to congratulate Lieutenant James Frazier on beginning his 22nd year of service with the fire department. Firefighter Chad Ferguson on beginning his 6th year, and firefighter Jeff Alves on beginning his 2nd year. We sincerely thank them for their continued dedication, professionalism, and commitment to keeping our community safe. Also, they're doing school visits starting next week. Open house will be October 12th from 12 to 3. And charge into fire safety on lithium-ion batteries in your home. And also, I wanted to bring this up. I learned that we voted against this on the Charter Review Committee, but I've learned during my time on the council how important it is to have knowledgeable, well-trained people working for us. I'm wondering if we can maintain a high level of knowledge in our clerk and treasurer's office if they remain elected positions. Both of these jobs have rules that are governed by multiple sources, local, state, and federal laws and regulations. I think it would be very difficult to find residents that have knowledge or experience in either field, and I think maybe it's time to ask the voters to consider turning these two positions into appointed offices. So I'm asking for support from my fellow council members. Just a note. And with that, I'll say good night.
Thank you.
All right, a couple things from the museum. 9/27, which is this weekend, Saturday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. They're going to be having their annual cleanup. So if you're able-bodied, you can sneak out of work or you got the day off, please stop by, help them clean it up. The grounds crew have been doing a pretty good job of keeping care of the weed whacking in the grass, so just, miscellaneous stuff here and there, but every little bit helps. Part 2 of the Early Days of Lincoln Park by Jeff Day is Sunday at 2 p.m. I was informed that you did not have to see the first part to enjoy the second part. So, get on out there. There's a free event at the museum. So, go check that out. Junior Rails had a couple home games this past couple weeks. Last Saturday, we took varsity and JV took victories over Melvindale, so good for the boys. All the hard work and dedication is paying off. A little bit of fun in the sun for the, everybody. Everybody shows up, has a good time. That's all it's about. A couple months in the future, but Fantasyland's coming up pretty quick, so everybody that's not doing anything November 1st, come on out and help us set that bad boy up, because it takes a lot of people and it takes a lot of time. So, November 1st, just be prepared for that. Thanks for the Parks and Rec guys for everything they did. Lisa, Mayor Tobin, the other Lisa over there, Jennifer, whoever else I'm forgetting that helped set up the ball. You guys did a great job. So, thank you, ladies, very much for coming out there and putting in the work. Buddy, I know you just kind of hung out and was just like, hey, what's going on? It's fine. We love you, buddy. It's fine. Other than that, everybody just stay safe. Look for current events on the city website, because we're getting into the slower months where there's not much to do. Trunk or treat is going to be a good time. If you haven't signed up and you would like to, go to the website, and there's a QR code to register your vehicle. So let's make it turn out like it's been these past couple of years, where we've got 30, 40 cars and 300 or 400 people coming through at least, getting free treats, pumpkins. It'll be a good time. I will be there handing out pumpkins. And no, you cannot have two. One pumpkin is your limit. Nobody can ask. Everybody have a great night. Thank you.
In closing, I'm very sad that I missed the food truck rally. I was down for the count for the weekend. I was not well, so I will make sure that I'm there next year. I'm glad you had such a success. That makes me very proud. So wonderful to have a new event into the city. I won't miss it next year, and I wish everybody a happy, healthy, nice week ahead. And with that, I will say good night. Can I call for an adjournment?
So move.
Support.
Good night, everybody. Stay safe.
Councilperson Salcido?
Yes.
Dupre?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
Nichols?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Zor?
Yes.
And Mayor Tobin.
Thank you. Good night.
All right, go Lions, everybody out.